It is game day as the Vancouver Canucks head into the Lenovo Center to take on the Carolina Hurricanes. Vancouver heading into the game 18, 12, and 10, while Carolina heading in 25, 5, 15, and 2. Excuse me. That's coming off of a 6-3 win over the Toronto Maple Leafs last night. As we do take a look at some of the players to watch for Vancouver, Connor Garland having himself a nice season, 30 points through 40 games, including 11 goals and 19 assists. Jake DeBrusk finding his form back in Vancouver as well too, with 17 goals, 12 assists for 29 points. And then on defense, probably the Norris Trophy winner again this year, Quinn Hughes, 45 points through 36 games, just crazy to see. As he's well over a point a game pace. But I'm going to pass it over to you, Dad. What are you seeing out of these three guys, / what are you seeing out of Carolina? What do they need to do well to beat Vancouver tonight?
I think the obvious is to get to our game really early. Man, we did a terrible job against Toronto, but we have to come out of the gate quick, hard, and fast. And I've watched Vancouver play in a handful of games, and they're decent. They're not like they were last year. They're struggling on the offensive side. Pedersen in and out of the lineup, and so
same with JT Miller as well too. Both of those guys, if they're in, they're big assets, but if they're out, you can't really do much. I don't know if they're healthy or not. That's the only reason I didn't put them.
Yeah, so I think all of those guys you listed. I mean, Quinn Hughes is just so dynamic, and he's just such a gamer, and but he can't carry the load by himself. So he's got to have some run support, and I think and they're light in net too. I mean, Lekkonen's like he's a decent goalie, but I think it's Lekkonen, or maybe I got the name wrong, but
Lankinen, I believe.
Lankinen, but he's not Demko by any stretch. So we'll see what happens. But Canes, like I said, the Canes just have to get to the game and play like they did in the second, third period against the Leafs, and we'll be just fine.
Yeah, honestly, everything past the first 10 minutes of that game, I liked everything about that Toronto game. If we replicate that tonight, I have no doubt we will come out with pretty close to the same result. Coming off of a back-to-back, though, what do you kind of want to see out of the Canes players? Technically speaking, less than 48 hours or less than 24 hours rest, as tonight or yesterday's game started at 7:30 and tonight's game starts at 7 p.m. So what are you seeing out of the Canes for them to get onto that hot start?
I think they just have to simplify their game and don't get too crazy. Get in, dump, and create chaos in their zone, in the offensive zone. It's just going to be management from Rod's standpoint on legs and line management. He's got a matchup. He's got the matchup in at home, so he's able to roll the lines the way he wants them. But in all honesty, then in the Toronto game, we had, I thought, 4 outstanding lines for 2 periods. I mean, the first period was an absolute train wreck for the most part.
The first half of the first period, 100%. The second half, we scored 2 goals and we're dominating for the most part.
Yeah, but I think the second 2 periods were just were crazy good, and we just need to have other guys step up. And the thing I noticed I know we didn't do a post game, but the thing I noticed in the Toronto game, that I saw more of the forwards buying it defensively than I've seen pretty much all season. And a big one for me, and it sort of went unnoticed from all the pundits and the radios and so on, but I thought Jack Roslovic was had his best defensive game all season.
Maybe his career.
He was back in the zone. He was battling for pucks. He was in every scrum, and he won 50-50 board battles, which he's not done all year. So if we do those kind of things and really just simplify our game and don't run around, because Vancouver's a good team, but they're not a really good fast transition team. So you don't have to, play at top tempo all the time. And given that we have tonight and then Sunday, 7 games in 9 days, it seems like it's just crazy. I pray that everybody comes out on the other side with not too many bumps and bruises. But like I said, they just gotta manage the bench and get to their game quickly, but manage the legs.
100%. But That will be tonight's game. Hopefully, Carolina comes out on the good end of this exchange. And as I always say, let's go Canes.